Today's story? Oh, it's a big one. We're breaking down this bizarre new claim that Prince William is so confident the Sussex brand will be worthless by the time he becomes king, that he won't even bother stripping Harry and Meghan's titles. Yes, that's the new spin British media is selling. So let's unpack the lies, expose the insecurity behind it, and remind everybody why Meghan and Harry continue to dominate globally, whether the palace likes it or not. So, according to blogger Rob Shooter, supposedly quoting sources close to Prince William, the Prince of Wales believes the Sussex brand is already diminished. The world no longer cares about Meghan and Harry. There's no strategic threat, and stripping their titles would look petty and vindictive. Let's pause right there. Why would stripping someone's title look petty unless the entire world would see it as an act of revenge? Because that's exactly what it would be. Revenge for leaving an institution they found toxic, outdated, and unwilling to protect Meghan. The irony: the more they insist the Sussexes are irrelevant, the more endless articles they publish about them every single day. The latest chapter arrives, as usual, through unnamed palace sources. They claim Prince William isn't worried. He believes Harry and Meghan's influence is fading fast. He won't strip their titles, not out of kindness, but because it would look petty. The message: the monarchy is permanent, everything else is temporary. But if someone is truly irrelevant, why keep talking about them? The act of releasing this story contradicts its own message. The claim that removing titles would be petty reveals a fear of public perception. It's less about Harry and Meghan and more about the palace's anxieties. A confident institution doesn't need to justify inaction. This isn't strength, it's narrative management. The palace is trying to control the story, to distract from its own state. The louder the whispers, the more they reveal. Let's look closer. British newspapers declare Harry and Meghan irrelevant, yet publish endless stories about them. It's a paradox, obsession disguised as dismissal. This constant commentary creates an echo chamber. Repeat irrelevant enough, and people might believe it. The narrative: the Sussexes made a mistake leaving the royal fold. But why the relentless focus? Because they represent a challenge to the idea that relevance comes only from the crown. Their success, big or small, proves there's another way to live a life of service and influence. If they succeed, it questions the monarchy's unique purpose in the modern world. The attacks aren't just about two people. They're about protecting an old idea from a new one. By diminishing the Sussexes, the old guard tries to reinforce its own importance. But the world is watching. In nature, the loudest animal isn't always the strongest. Sometimes it's the most afraid. The palace's calm confidence feels like a performance, a projection of its own fears. The real fear isn't that Harry and Meghan will fail, it's that they might succeed. Public support for the monarchy is declining, especially among the young. The institution's global influence is shrinking. The palace projects its anxieties onto Harry and Meghan, avoiding self-reflection. By focusing on the Sussexes' supposed failure, The palace dodges its own struggle to connect with a modern audience. True leadership adapts and inspires. It doesn't predict others' failure. This story reveals an institution that feels threatened, not secure. The loudest roars come from vulnerability, and the palace's whispers are very loud. The world is changing, and the crown feels it. Let's see what's growing outside those palace walls. While old stories are retold, something new is growing. Far from the palace, Harry and Meghan are building, not waiting for approval. They founded Archerwell, signed major media deals, and launched a record-breaking Netflix series. They're building a platform on their own values, connecting with a younger, global audience. This new forest is spreading, drawing strength from a world eager for new stories. Two houses, two journeys. The House of Windsor, rich in tradition but facing waning popularity and strict rules. It's a gilded cage, majestic but unchanging as the world moves on. Harry and Meghan's house is new, built in public, on the principle of freedom. Their influence isn't inherited, it's earned, global and entrepreneurial. The contrast is stark. The royal family's influence contracts, while Harry and Meghan's expands. The palace wants you to believe only the old house matters, but evidence suggests otherwise. The new house is built for a modern world. The real fear the Sussexes model might prove more resilient and relevant. The story of William's confidence is an attempt to deny this, but you can't stop change by wishing it away. The tale of these two houses is still being written. One looks to the past, the other to the future. Which will endure? Now the matter of titles. The palace suggests William might act one day, but for now it's unnecessary. The obsession with titles is a distraction. For most, they're just part of Harry and Meghan's names, not the source of their power. Their influence comes from global fame, personal stories, and the platform they're building. Removing titles wouldn't erase their history or impact. It might even backfire. Every prediction of their downfall only proves their enduring strength. The monarchy needs them to fail, because their success offers an alternative path. The constant attention is an admission of their importance. So, as our story ends, reflect who is truly thriving. The institution clinging to old narratives, or the couple building something new on their own terms? The answer grows clearer every day. Thank you for listening. Share your thoughts. So that's today's breakdown. Yet another palace fantasy dressed up as news. Another attempt to predict the Sussex downfall that never comes. Let me know in the comments. Do you think the Sussex brand is worthless, or is the monarchy projecting its own declining relevance? Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Because here at Meghan and Harry Tales, we tell the truth they can't print. See you in the next one.